All the laser engravers that I've worked on so far on this channel have one thing in common. The laser head has to be really close to the materials, so they do really well on flat items. Some automatically focus, some don't, but they all need to be really close. This new machine, the Kintix from Genmitsu, changes the game. Thanks to whatstarter.com for sending it over. It'll be a huge part of my shop and I'll show you why. Instead of having to be really close to the material, it engraves and cuts from about 4 inches up, and only moves left to right, rotates in place for the Y portion, making it amazingly quicker at engraving at a maximum of 90 millimeters per minute. Its 200 by 100 millimeter engraving area works well. As you'll see later, I make a big sign out of it, combining parts to fit its specs. The base is a piece of metal and that's not ideal for cutting, and I sure want to cut. So before I get going, I'll prepare a quick 1/4 inch MDF platform that I can cut through without issue. You don't need to put that on to engrave, but I'll probably leave it on, so it's ready to do some deep cuts on the fly. As you can see, it found its place on my workbench, next to the Cubico CNC, also from Genmitsu. Two great machines. If you want that kind of content, please come and subscribe. I'd love to have you on board. Now let's get to cutting some 3mm plywood, see the settings it needs before I get to a real project that will stay in my shop in permanence. Once I got a square cut, I did a test with a letter to see how it would cut corners and non-perfect edges. Perfect, it worked out great. Before I get to that project, I want to do some engravings and see what kind of objects I can fit in there. To raise the machine, you remove the 4 bolts in the back, raise it to the level you need, and put them back in. In the back, you'll see the exhaust port. For cuts, I suggest pointing that outside, but for most engravings, it's okay not to. I was wondering if this would fit, and it does. It's my box for paintbrushes. Let's make that clear with a paintbrush engraving. That was quick. I like how bold it looks, perfect for this kind of use. Next, this machine speaks of its high precision, so let's put it to the test. But first, I'll 3D print a pencil holder so it doesn't go rolling around while I try to engrave it. Let's see how small and precise we can get it engraved. I love combining 3D printing and laser engraving, or CNCs. I'm a big fan of classic woodworking, but technology is my professional background, and it tends to show in here. It's really easy to focus the laser with the up and down arrows, until the two dots become one. Then, when you frame the job, you see a small laser where it'll engrave. Let's start with a normal engraving, then go really small and see if it works. I love the result. I'll use this for my kids' school stuff for now, instead of what the boring parents use. Now let's get to that project I've been talking about, which is some more branding for my channel, a matte build sign to put in my CNC area. Since this can do 200 by 100 and I want a square-ish area, I'll be doing 3 engravings. The top of the logo, the bottom, and the letters for matte builds. I'm cutting those on 3mm plywood, which I plan to paint and stick on a pine panel. I don't plan to cut the pine panel on the laser engraver. 10 watts is not meant to cut through 3/4 inches of plying. Even if it could maybe, with many passes, but I'm super happy with all the parts, can't wait to see the results. Our final routing to add a keyhole, and this is going on the wall, hopefully for many years to come. Now I want to do a few more complex engravings, see what it can do, what kind of detail it can get from images transformed into engravings using Lightburn. I'm running the same image at different powers, and there's a huge difference each time. Finding what you need for your wood and art you're engraving might need a few tries, but it sure can do precision. This machine will now be my main engraver, because it can do things others can't, like for example engrave inside deep items, like this cover, while I'll engrave instructions for the curve maker as I keep forgetting how to use it. This would be impossible on most engravers, as it would just drag the box around. Perfect, now I won't need to Google each time how to use this. Now I'll get back to work, finishing those bread knives that I cut on the CNC, and will brand my company name using this machine once they're finished up and ready to sell. The Kintix now sits on my workbench at the limits of the G-code corner and the woodworking area of the shop. Please check out my new channel if you're interested into this kind of stuff. I have a ton of cool stuff planned on there. Thanks to Woodstarter for sending this over, and Genmitsu for changing the game with this technology. It sure makes a lot of engravings possible that weren't before. I've left links on where to check it out in the description. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.